It's the Resourcive Weekend Update with Nick Cressy and Kyle Hall.
Good evening, I'm Nick Cressy.
And I'm Kyle Hall.
And this is the Resourcive Weekend Update, the only news show where accelerating your cloud journey still starts with, hey, what's that beige box blinking under the stairs?
Tonight's headlines: PBX Ghost, MSP breakups, data center graveyards, digital transformation budget magic, and private equity value creation that doesn't require a seance. Let's get into it. The company finally retired their 18-year-old Avaya PBX system after multiple warning signs and actual smoke. The final voicemail recorded on the system just said, "It's too late for me, save yourselves." PBX was so old it still had a press star to page the operator feature. Resourcive moved them to UCaaS, where calls no longer depend on luck, gravity, and divine intervention.
A client ended a long-term relationship with a managed service provider after realizing they were paying for 24/7 support and getting 2x3 support. Turns out dedicated engineer meant whoever checks Slack first. Their incident escalation process involved emailing support at and hoping someone was bored. Resourcive brought in real service desk solution, one where critical incident doesn't mean hope Kyle logs on after lunch.
Resourcive found $600,000 in active telecom billing for services nobody had used since the pandemic. Half the sites listed were now coffee shops, breweries, or coming soon apartment complexes. The finance team called it residual infrastructure. We called it the budget for your next growth market launch. You're welcome.
A client tried to lift and shift to Azure without touching their 12-year-old app stack. It's like moving into a Tesla and insisting it runs better if you bolt in a diesel engine to the back. The cloud migration team discovered applications still hard-coded to Windows Server 2008. Resourcive replatformed it properly, no forklifts, no duct tape, and no 2 a.m. reboot rituals.
A newly carved out portfolio company had an IT team consisting of Steve, who was also the facilities manager, and the DJ at company events. During carve-out due diligence, Steve listed password reset under core strategic functions. An IT asset register was a napkin that said, "Buy new stuff soon." Resourcive rebuilt the entire IT environment in 90 days. Steve, now just DJs.
Another client discovered they were locked into a 5-year master services agreement with 90-day SLAs for critical systems. When they complained, the MSP responded, "We hear you. Ticket number 18473 open." Their on-site support policy required scheduling 2 weeks ahead. Resourcive broke the contract, moved them to a real SLA, and introduced the radical concept of doing what you promise.
One client's digital transformation plan involved buying software licenses and never opening them. Resourcive found $450,000 in unused licenses and a 27-tab spreadsheet labeled Innovation Plan Draft. One Phase 2 rollout had been rescheduled 7 times, mostly due to executive travel conflicts. We cut the dead weight and launched the real platform. Now users actually know what buttons to press. Mostly.
After acquisition, one portfolio company expected synergies to materialize magically. Don't we all? It turns out synergies without execution is just stuff we said in the CIM. Resourcive executed $1.2 million in hard IT savings plus 4 times better support SLAs inside the first 12 months. Private equity finally got what they were really buying: growth margins, not PowerPoints.
During a site audit, Resourcive found an entire abandoned data center still pulling power and generating monthly bills. The only system left running was labeled Test Environment 2011. Nobody had keys to the server room. They had to call a locksmith. We shut it down, reclaimed $20,000 a month, and released 4 trapped IT ghosts.
A client proudly claimed to have used the same telecom vendor for 20 years. Turns out loyalty gets you slightly worse pricing every single time. Their last new contract was a copy of the old one with higher numbers. Resourcive rebid it across 4 carriers, cut costs 28%, and saved them the trouble of buying another vendor holiday basket.
A man is pitching something he calls TVCP to everyone he meets. Experts say it has the potential to revolutionize the world. If anyone ever figures out what it does, how it works, or why that man won't stop talking about it. Also, that man is me. And that's a wrap for this edition of the Resourcive Weekend Update.